Welcome back. This is your boy RTL Faith, and this is the chillest podcast on the platform, Kickback Anime Discussions. How's it going, everybody? Of course. And today we're going to be talking about magical anime with magical worlds, all that good stuff. We all have our top fives, and as always, I have my co-host here with me, and my boy here, Johnny Boy.
Yo, what is good, everybody? Awkward silence. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say a little bit more, bro.
I don't know what else you wanted me to say.
You gotta say how your day's been. You know how you feeling.
Well, no one asked.
It's been a while.
Has it? Oh, I guess it has been a few weeks. I've been busy the last couple weeks, but now it seems to be slowing down, so that's good.
All right, fair enough. We also got two special guests that are going to be chatting it up
thanks
with
for
us.
insulting us like that, calling us special.
Well, that is one of our special guests in the unknown Otaku.
Welcome, everybody. This is Critical, and I'm playing AniTube for the Atari 4. Let's do this shit.
Oh my goodness. And the other guy that is a special guest that is not special in the derogatory term, AxelBeats.
You don't know that I'm not special that way.
Wow.
L's all around.
It's 2020. You shouldn't assume anything.
True that. All right. Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit, Axel?
Yeah, so my name's Axel. I'm from the channel AxelBeats. Do pretty much any kind of anime content I feel like, but I tend to do more character analysis kind of stuff. Yeah.
All right. Why don't you tell us more about yourself as well, Unknown? We got the surface level, but I'm sure people want to know a little bit more.
I just make a whole bunch of parody and satiric content and stuff like that. Although I get a lot of people that follow me that think I'm 100% serious.
Hey, those are the best subscribers, bro. Like, I just recently posted a video and I lost like 3 subs. So hey, you know they didn't like my opinions. It happened.
You didn't lose 3 subs. 3 subs lost you.
That's right.
Man,
right.
Man, that's deep.
Right? That's super deep. I love it. But as I said before, we're going to be talking about magical anime. We're going to be listing our top 5 for the most part, or talk about some of our favorites.
I couldn't get like a top 5 specifically, not because I haven't seen 5, but I have multiple lists because I'm not sure exactly how loose we're going to use the term magic.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's mostly going to be a general discussion for the most part, so we'll probably talk about a lot of different series. But before we start talking about all that, like we've been doing lately in the newest season of Kickback, we talk about trending news first and foremost. And the most interesting news, in my personal opinion, that is of late, that's interesting, not most impactful, is the DC thing that just came out. Have you guys seen it or heard about it?
Birds of Prey or what?
About all the new DC information with the movies and the video games coming out.
Yeah,
there's this new
Batman. I heard some stuff about it literally like an hour or two ago. I literally saw some people comparing the stuff, what's it called, how they're drawn and whatnot, and said, can you name a bigger downgrade than this? Actually, I have it right here.
I thought it looks great. What do you? Oh my gosh.
Posting.
But hey, we'll talk about so a few things that came out with the DC showcase. One of the first things that was pretty interesting is that the Justice League Zack Snyder director cut is going to be coming out. So
at least it's not Dan.
Well, I heard that Zack Snyder's like original is supposed to be better than what we saw. Have you guys seen the Justice League movie?
Unfortunately.
Which one? Is that the one with the where everyone's like
Affleck.
evil?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that one.
it's not bad. It's like just not good.
It was very terrible, and I could go off on how horrible it was written on a narrative standpoint, but I'm not going to right now. That'll take an hour in it of itself.
Well, at the very least, the director's cut is supposed to resolve a lot of the issues people had when it comes to the story, so that should be pretty interesting. We also got movie. We got also got reveals about Static Shock is getting a new movie. Black Adam with The Rock. We got a teaser trailer for that. Robert Pattinson's Batman. We got a teaser trailer for that, and then we got a character reveal, I guess, for the new Suicide Squad movie. So it's a remake, but some of the original characters are still in this one. It's kind of weird.
Right. So they're making another Suicide Squad movie? This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Yeah. So it's just a remake, basically.
They came back from the dead.
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
I think personally, it's gonna be like a more comedic movie than the other one was. I'm guessing more like Zombie.
I don't know what you mean, because I looked at Suicide Squad and I thought it was a comedy.
I can tell you for a fact, none of it was funny though, so that it did not hit on the spot. Oh, jeez. But and then we got some video game reveals. There's a new video game called Batman Gotham Knights, where Batman is dead, and you can play as the four grown-up sidekicks: Batgirl, Red Hood, Nightwing, and Red Robin. So that's pretty interesting.
Yum.
It's supposed to be like a co-op game too, so if you want to play online, of course. And then a Suicide Squad game is also coming out, where you're the Suicide Squad and your job is to kill the Justice League. Is what it looks like.
It looks like that it's because the Justice League is being controlled by Brainiac.
Is that the plot line?
Yeah, that seems like the plot line.
Okay.
So I got a question. I heard one of the names you said Red Robin. Which came first, the restaurant or that character?
That's a good question. I honestly don't know.
I think it was
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. There you go.
It's a superhero that has delicious fries and good burgers.
Yeah,
I mean,
facts.
Anything's possible. Just look at everything that Colonel Sanders has gone through.
Oh my gosh. Colonel Sanders is like an amazing meme.
Oh my
Not so much the food.
Oh, you can take a stab
food's
at
okay.
KFC? Okay.
Food's
Okay.
okay. It's not great, but it's okay.
I don't really eat KFC, so I mean, I don't. I'm more of a Taco Bell guy myself. You feel me?
Ew.
It's pretty good. They got the best. They got the best
Cardboard
like,
that that's not even filling.
Have you even eaten Cinnabon Delights?
Yes,
They're amazing, aren't they?
they're disgusting.
Oh my god, Johnny Boy doesn't have taste.
It's all cardboard. I hate
They're
Taco
both
Bell.
shit.
Yeah, yo, whack. Yeah. Ugh. Anyway, the last bit of thing I want to say before we get started is just recently I watched Watch Mojo's top 20 anime characters of the century. So that's from 2000 to 2020, and I'm gonna give the list an L personally. I think it was a big L.
I know, we're not even a fifth way through. And they're already naming it? God.
Not
We're
only
fucking
that,
normies.
but they had Escanor not on the list, which kind of made me angry. I personally was angry about that. And I don't know if you're a fan of Midoriya, but I don't think Midoriya is top 20 anime character of the century worthy at all.
Fuck
Probably not.
If I remember right, what Watch Mojo does now is they have community polls or something like that, and you
Really?
just vote up into who you want.
So it's literally the Normie Awards.
Well,
Yeah.
Lelouch got number 1,
Yeah.
and it's well deserved.
I mean, because of that system, it was hilarious. That's how that anime snob got number 10 rather than Misty Cronexia.
Wait, they did a top 10 anime YouTubers or something?
Oh yeah, they did. They did one a while back, and there was this giant campaign that Anime Snob did on it, and Misty was supposed to be number 10 until that Anime Snob like rallied up his audience, every single one of them going and voting, and then he just barely scraped number 10 over Misty, who had 1 million at that time.
Wow.
Jeez. Oh my god. That's what. Hey, we've seen the horrors of like voting systems when it comes to choosing anime, i.e., interspecies reviewers being number one for a short period of time on my anime list.
Excuse me, that's
here's
phenomenal.
the thing. I have actually been doing a lot of research on that, and I saw that thing that keeps being passed around, and I was watching it when it was coming out, and I was watching it and refreshing every hour. This is the thing. I've never actually seen it get to number 1, and I never actually saw it get that high of what that screenshot is being said. And if you go back through all the archives, like on archive.fo and web archive and all of them, none of them reach that high. None of them even come close. And for it to have gotten close, it would have had to done about 12 hours worth of points all within a single hour and then drop instantly.
Oh.
So I don't even think it actually got that high, like legitimately. I still think that is a photoshopped score. And what's it called? But it getting to number 2 is legit.
Yeah, exactly.
So it never got number 1.
It was photoshopped. No, it never got number 1, but it was
I've
number
been
2.
trying to find any evidence that it actually got number 1 aside from that screenshot, and I had my questions about it because I was planning on making a video on how it all did, but I could not find it. And nor did I ever experience it to get that from my 1 hour of refreshing. So I thought it just never did until I saw that screenshot, and I've been trying my damnedest to find any archive of it.
That's very interesting. Okay, all right. Well, I didn't know that, but hey, I definitely will keep that in mind. But let's move on and start talking about Magical World anime. Let's start off with y'all. Just talk about what you guys think Magical World anime is to start off with.
Well, it's anime with a magical world.
We can cut this part out.
Sure we can. It's totally not just live.
We can cut it out live. It's fine.
Oh wait, it's live right now?
Yeah, you're live, by the way.
Wait, what
you
happened?
were just recording.
No, it's live.
Wait, what happened?
It's all good.
They didn't. Well, yeah, people just didn't realize they were live.
Oh yeah, you're live.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
So, Magical World, to me, anything that's like even just one element that's way out of the norm for our own world. So, like, this one might be pushing it a bit, but I would even consider Made in Abyss, in my own opinion, like a magical world. It has one extremely supernatural element, and the rest is somewhat grounded.
So, would you consider like? Yeah, I know this isn't an anime, but a like earthbending, firebending, all that stuff.
Yeah, I
would
would
you consider
say
that magical? Okay.
I don't see earthbending or firebending any different than like what Natsu does, right?
Well, yeah pretty much. So, okay, I guess here begs another question. Would you consider My Hero Academia a magical anime?
I actually had that as a wondering as well, because then that would include like stuff like One Piece and all that, BNA,
yeah,
and
exactly.
all that. And me personally, I would say technically, to us it would be magic, but to them it wouldn't be. So we have to figure out: are we going by to us whether it's magic, or if it's that world it is magic?
let's say that world that is magic. So if they don't use the word magic in the anime, it's not magic. They don't say it at least
Okay.
once.
Every
mana.
isekai ever, then.
Magic or mana.
What about, in that case, Full Metal Alchemist? Alchemy's more or less magic.
Say
Yeah,
that one
but
more
they
time?
brought it down
Actually,
to a science.
Yeah, I was about to say they call it science because you can't.
But it's not like everyone can do it.
Yeah, I was looking up a top list of magical anime, and for some reason they did have Full Metal Alchemist there. But yeah, I think that's science, not really magic.
Doctor
Yeah.
Stone. Doctor Stone's my favorite magic anime.
Facts. Okay, yeah, at the very least, their world should perceive what they're doing as magical or mana related, fantastical type of series, stuff like that. So, I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure. Do we all have like a rough idea of what some of our favorites are gonna be?
I mean, I literally brought up my list, so.
Okay. Well, I had this. I'll start off with one. I had this in my top 5, not because it's a pretty good series. I don't think it's one of the most well-written things I've ever seen in terms of a shonen series, but it's magical and it has some of my favorite characters. Definitely one of my favorite characters in Big Man Escanor himself. I have the 7 Deadly Sins like in there mainly because of the characters. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the plot in that show is definitely questionable. The power system and the power scaling is not the greatest, but honestly, with a lot, it's really hard to power scale and power and all that other stuff with magic based shows. But when it comes to like the 7 Deadly Sins, it is focused heavily on the characters to the point where it redeems the entire show because of it.
Yeah, exactly. Have you guys seen the 7 Deadly Sins?
No.
Yeah, I've seen most of it. I think like magic in the shows, like he said, the power scaling and all that's kind of wacky sometimes, but the characters make it pretty enjoyable.
Okay.
Bond is still best boy.
Yeah, I mean, they 7 Deadly Sins is a weird series where there's definitely magic in there, but they don't really focus on the magical world that much. Although they do have different races and like dive deep into the different races lore when it comes to like the in-depth intricate what word am I thinking of?
Intricacies.
That one. I don't know why I was just stumbling upon that. But then and when it comes to that word plus magic, the only one we have that really dived into it a little bit is Merlin. And we get more of Merlin in the manga if you're caught up with the manga, but even then like
I heard you get a lot of Merlin in the doujinshis.
Not enough.
Not enough.
yeah, I could honestly say reading the manga, Merlin definitely falls out of one of my she's definitely one of my least favorite characters. Not a big fan of Merlin, honestly. She falls off hard.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of her, but I don't like dislike her. She seems like a good character, but my least favorite character in the 7 Deadly Sins is Gother. I always forget about him. He's the most forgettable character, in my opinion.
Hey,
I'd still put Deanne below him.
Deanne is like a smidge above him for me.
fair. I also didn't really like that entire amnesia. Why did they have to do that amnesia thing with Diane? Like, it was just a
Like 3
dumb
times.
Yeah, it's just a dumb plot point. Like, I hate it.
Amnesia. Like, what
Like,
the heck?
jeez. Yeah, but okay, so we could all agree that Seven Deadly Sins. Honestly, Seven Deadly Sins is an honorable mention because I popped one into my top five and kicking Seven Deadly Sins out. Cause hey, this magical anime has been pretty hyped so far, so I'm really liking it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But we could all agree Seven Deadly Sins is a magical anime, right?
Oh yeah.
No, it's totally based on true science. I can turn into a freaking demon if I wanted to.
I contacted my science advisor, Mr. Satan, from Dragon Ball, and he says it's all fake, and he'll find out how. He has like a lot of potions right now to make flasks and whatnot, and buttons to make explosions. He's gonna prove it.
He's got hey, I'll let us see it, bro. All right, so let's get a one of Axel. Why don't you list one of your favorite magical anime?
So I wanted to start with one that's not really one of my favorites, but one that most people might not have seen. It's called Brynhilder Into the Darkness.
Yeah,
And
I've seen
it's yeah, but it kind of goes under the radar for a lot of people, I think. Wouldn't
Just
say
call
it's
them
great,
normies.
but
It's okay.
yeah, I wouldn't say it's great or anything, but it's definitely interesting at least. It's basically the science, government, whatever, it's been a while, are making witches who need to take these special pills to stay alive. And a bunch of them run off because they're being used more or less as slaves or treated as garbage. And they're like trying to figure out a way to steal enough pills to survive while also, not getting captured. It's fine. Gets pretty contrived later, but it's definitely like interesting if you like shows like Elfen Lied. So I
What
would check that one out.
is contrived? What are you talking about? Like, obviously, it's not contrived because there's a button on the back. Let's not say spoilers.
Wait, what is the series called?
Brynhilder Into the Darkness.
I mean, I
Interesting.
think most people. I mean, if they're not gonna see it, I think when it comes to a more obscure anime, spoilers should be fine as long as it's not like game
It's literally
changing.
the final part.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, the show gets real dumb, but it's like an alright ride until then.
Okay, well, you said it's like Elfen Lied or Elfen Lead,
Yeah,
which
if you like Elfen Lied, then you'll probably
When it
enjoy
was airing, if you watched a lot of the reviews at the time, everyone compared it to Elfen Lied.
Mhm.
Like, I could not find a single review that talked about it that didn't simultaneously talk about Elfen Lied.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of
That's how
overlap.
close it is. I thought it was by the same people, from what I heard.
I wouldn't doubt it.
that's interesting. Well, Elfen, I don't want to watch another Elfen Lead, so I'm probably not gonna. I'm probably not gonna watch it. Not gonna
Really,
lie.
it's so fun though.
Oh, fun! I wouldn't.
It
use
has
the word
probably one of
fun.
the. It has a really amazing opening. The second one.
Bro,
I just showed the Elfen Lied clip with like in the graveyard with a little girl
oh
to one of my
God.
friends, and she's like, "What the fuck? Did you just make me watch?"
Jesus. Oh, by the way, Pokesol keeps on saying Boruto was better. I don't know why, but he keeps on saying it. Just
I mean,
Ignore the guy.
He's saying that was the best magical show.
Boruto, yeah. I mean, yeah,
I mean, it's basically become
Everyone's
Magic
entitled
World.
to be wrong.
yeah. It happens. But unknown. Do you got a magical anime you want to talk about?
I have a lot, but I'll do one. Okay, so have any of you? This is not it, but I need to start out with it. So, have any of y'all ever heard of Ruby?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what's it called? It's all right. Fight scenes amazing inside that show. So
Yeah,
I heard a lot of people go on and say, "Wow, no one has ever done this," and like this is an amazing kind of like thing where they're putting like shotgun gauntlets and all this stuff, and then I'm just like,
but
fuck
it's
all y'all.
not that
Because
original.
It's like, what's it called? Literally, an anime did this before Ruby, and they had much better writing. A
Oh,
little
God.
anime called Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha, where they literally have shotgun gauntlets inside that show as well, with more likable characters, and they even have like shotgun swords. Those are amazing. What's it called? But it is all magic because
Say the
I
name
haven't.
one more
Did
time.
have shotgun nunchucks though?
Ooh.
Because that's the highlight of Ruby. Let's be real.
Let me think.
Yeah.
They have a lot of shotgun kind of like ones. They even have girls in mini skirts on rollerblades.
Ruby also had that.
Oh man, let me think. I
Um,
don't think they had shotgun nunchucks, but they do
Rip.
have their stuff
Ass.
being able to blow up entire cities in a single shot.
Say the name one more time.
Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha.
God
Season
damn.
1 is so different than season 4. Like, it just gets drastically more extreme each iteration. It starts off like this okay, kind of darkish like story and whatnot, cutesy anime, and then at the end it's like a full action anime. Like it gets holy shit. I'll link y'all one thing real fast. Let's go to the Kickback Anime Discord. This is just a fight scene without the what's it called? This is a fight scene without the magic. Now, this is just them being normal and whatnot. Just wait until you get to when they are using magic. I put it inside the Kickback Anime Discord.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing the GIF. Okay. God damn.
Longest GIF I've ever
Oh
seen.
my gosh.
Holy shit. Yeah. Yo, this girl's
They're
brutal.
just freaking dead.
This little girl is brutal.
Those are the good
Jesus.
guys.
That's what it
It's one of those anime. Okay. Alright.
But nah, I may not care too much for the magic in there, but holy shit, the fight scenes with it make it amazing. So what's it called? Because in season 1, if I remember right, it was actually magic, but season 2 they revamped all their magic so that out of combat they put their magic into like dust containers, kind of like in Ruby, which I'm almost positive that Ruby is just a ripoff of Magical Girl Lyrical Nana by this point. What's it called? And they amplify their magical abilities using those cartridges. So when they use their shotgun gauntlets, they're using like part of their real magic plus the dust that from previous uses of it, and it's all just like a whole bunch of like really bloody, amazing fight scenes. I'm pretty sure inside the show, someone gets like torn apart because of their magic and all of that. It's just amazing.
Interesting.
I mean, there's a lot of messages inside there as well, like season 1 about not discriminating against someone's past and all that shit, and not judging people based off of where they came from and their upbringing. And then there's also one like, what is more important, a family that treats you like shit or friends that will be there no matter what? It's like, yeah, there's that, but I really fucking love the fight scenes.
Yeah, I could definitely tell. Okay. Definitely say the name one more time for anybody that's listening.
Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. That is a mouthful. Okay.
Oh, just wait. That's what season 1's called. Season 2 and 3, they all get more words added on each season.
Oh gosh.
That I don't see when it comes to making an anime, you don't want have your title be ridiculously hard. So how are people gonna find you? Like that just makes it harder.
Well, I mean, Japanese, that's only 2 words, right? Like magical girl and then just 2 words. So it's not that bad.
Is a different word, and Nanoha is the name of the main character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what? You know what's easier? One Piece.
That's true.
You know what's better? 2 Piece.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So Johnny Boy, why don't you tell us one of your magical anime?
Okay, so uh hmm. There's a few of them. There's one in particular that I want to talk about, but I think I'll save that for later. But the one I want to talk about right now is Magi, actually.
Ooh.
Magi is an interesting series. I haven't seen too much of it. Um but so far I'm really enjoying it. I love the characters, and Sinbad is is absolutely amazing. Um, though technically they don't call it magic; it basically is magic.
I
I don't
mean,
remember
it's
what they
called
call it.
Magi. I mean,
Mm.
Magi. Just put one more letter and it's magic.
Yeah,
What Malgi's able to do is magic. What Aladdin does isn't magic.
Yeah.
The King of Thieves.
Yeah. So, but for the most part, we all know it's magic.
I just like the whole idea of hey, there are these towers everywhere. If someone can make it to the top, capture the Jinn, you get magic powers. Like that sounds cool.
I think. Oh, I hold on. I just thought of something. Sorry. This is. I'll let you finish.
Like honestly, if I were like that is like the ideal other than the fact that I would probably die trying, but that would be like the ideal world right there, where it's like, hey, I'll just go up this tower, I get powers now. It's better than freaking Tower of God, I'll tell you that.
Well, in the dungeons, there's a strong chance you'll die, and a very
yeah.
small percentage of people can actually reach the top, unless you're like
Really? Is it-
Sinbad or something.
Is it really that small though? Let's be honest here. Is
Well,
it really that small?
Yeah, because the only people
You see them everywhere though.
no, the only people who have gins are like conquerors or like royalty.
Yeah.
Those are the only people that have it. Everybody, there's not, you don't, other than even Alibaba is a prince. So like they're all like royalty that have
At least
it.
he did it. At least he did it. Like he's a royalty who actually went in. Most of the time, it's like, oh, this royalty is going to send people in, bring the Jin's power back. Like that's just lame. That's just lame. No balls. No balls.
Yeah, but Magi, I agree. It's definitely some on my list as well. It's a really good series. I still have it above my current like series I talk a lot about on my channel, Black Clover, because Magi is finished, and like the first half is very adventure esque. You go, kind of learn more about this world, and then the second half, which is like after the anime is finished, gets very political. I think is the best way to put it. Political, and it's still very interesting.
Yeah, I found it really weird when it just stopped for like 5 minutes to talk about Donald Trump.
See, I was gonna listen intently on it, but gosh, I thought you were gonna be serious for a second there. They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
All right.
But
All right. So I wanted us. Are you finished or no?
no, you can go say what you got to say.
All right. So I want us to figure out the exact limits on what we consider magic versus science, because I have the perfect anime that will show it. So, any of y'all heard of a certain scientifical railgun and a certain magical index?
Yeah, I don't like I don't like that series. Not a fan. I'm not a fan at all.
Oh man.
But
I've
yeah,
not heard of this.
you
Or maybe
you
I have.
you've probably seen a moment of Accelerator. He's like
When he grabs an entire building and chunks it across the city.
yeah, you've probably seen Accelerator somewhere around like Twitter.
I
or
mean, the
something.
the difference, it just reminds me of One Punch Man because there's people in there, their ability is to keep the same temperature of whatever they're holding, and then you see Accelerator able to blow up an entire city as well.
Yeah, Accelerator is the only reason why I tried to stay in the series. I really like his character,
I
but
heard that he's getting his own side story.
I
but
thought he already got his own anime series.
I haven't kept up with when it's released or whatnot. So if it's already released, then cool.
Yeah, I don't really watch it.
The only
So-
thing that sounds familiar, the only thing that sounds similar that I can think of to is this GIF that I've seen. Someone just lifting up an entire castle and chucking it. But other than that, I
So
can't think
what's
of
it
it.
called? What I wanted to get down to the nitty gritty and everything is what's it called? There's Misaka who summons lightning all around her and can use this kinetic energy that she just has and whatnot and shoots it. This is science, but someone who goes and can spawn fire and use the fire around him and everything. This is magic inside this world. So we're trying to figure out what is the exact length of what we're considering magic and which is science.
Maybe lightning equals science because it's electricity. I don't know.
Nah.
Oh yeah, also Accelerator grabbing the building and morphing the building and throwing it is also considered science.
What?
Yeah, the anime is pretty inconsistent. I'm gonna just consider everything in there magic and just leave it there.
But we're saying if that world considers it magic and science, I thought this was the most brilliant one to bring up because they have no distinction between what is magic and what is science, except that it is magic and it is science.
Okay, they're the weirdo anime that
the
somehow they keep on getting sequels. I don't know how, but somehow they either get more spin-offs
Oh
and more
man,
sequels.
I should probably introduce you to a person called Bio Gundam. He went on this 30-minute rant on this author because this author has no chill. They just pop out a light novel a day for years.
Oh my gosh.
Or something like that. It was something crazy like that. And when they were told to submit a work, the editors told them to submit one. And when they submitted 10, and they keep doing that. And what's it called? The people that are trying to publish his stuff, he just submits as many as possible, and then people are like, "No, stop! We're only asking for this amount." And he's like, "Oh, just pick that amount of any of them."
God damn it.
It's just hilarious. And in an interview, when it comes down to it, they asked him, "It's like, why do you write so much every day?" He's like, "Well, if I stop, I feel like I'm going to lose my spark and motivation, so I have to keep writing." So he spends all his day, morning up all the way until night, just making these. And so, if you ever see problems with his writing, and it's like, "Oh, I see why now. This motherfucker, he just doesn't stop."
God
He
damn.
doesn't. He just goes. The fact that he got a popular anime is probably the most insane thing, considering how much he just makes off the top of his head without planning anything out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like when you watch the series, it doesn't even seem like a series that has crazy lore, crazy world. It just seems like stuff is happening. Like that's all I get from that series.
It does have a little bit of deep lore and stuff like that, but most of it is just stuff that happens.
Okay.
So this person's on the extreme end of nonstop working, nonstop writing.
Gotta respect
I
the
couldn't
grind.
do that.
Gotta respect the grind. Hey, he's getting his bag, I'm sure. But Axel,
Yes, sir.
have you seen Magi?
I have seen Magi and Sinbad, both really solid. I think they both do magic in a really interesting way. Like the idea of kind of like they had the two separate magic systems working at the same time, which is real cool. The I think they're called vessels, maybe.
Yeah,
Um, like the djinns, and
yeah,
then also having people like Magi who are able to just straight do magic on their own.
yeah.
It's really interesting dynamic.
Oh yeah, for sure. The combination makes everything pretty interesting. With the differences between the Moggies and the Jin users for the most part. Yeah, Moggy's very interesting. Good story, good series, highly recommended. 2 seasons for the anime. Manga's not that long. But
You also got Sinbad.
and Sinbad, who's the biggest mad lad in all of anime. Seriously. Dude goes
Totally
crazy.
not evil. Yeah.
Totally not evil. You know, he just might be a
No.
dictator.
Ask anyone in his island that he controls. He's so nice.
He's like a human version of Meruem.
That's it.
But another magical series that I want to talk about, mainly because I am watching it now, is Radiant. Radiant.
Honestly, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. I know you're hype.
Oh my gosh! Honestly, I've seen the first season. It is honestly really good. I watched it a couple years ago. I don't remember when, but it is an interesting concept of basically these there are all these islands, but in the sky. They're all in the sky for some reason. And there are these giant monster beasts that come from the sky and fall on these islands, and they hatch, and somehow they emit this. Oh, what's it called? It starts with an E. I forget. What do they call it? Their magic thing. I forget what it is. RTL Faith there?
What do you mean?
Like Ethereum, or I don't remember.
I mean, it's just magic for the most part.
Okay. Anyway, the demons create the magic, and somehow, if you come in contact with the magic, you become a sorcerer.
Oh, the demons are known as Nemesis.
Yeah, the Nemesis. The Nemesis are
and the magic. I think you're thinking
Weird.
of Fantasia.
Fantasia. Thank you. I thought it started with an E. Oh gosh, Fantasia. So it's been a while since I've seen it. But the Fantasia somehow curses people, whether it's physically or somehow ends up changing. Like some kid ended up like constantly sneezing
purple snot.
Purple goop. Yeah, purple snot. And it was strange because it curses you, but it also gives you the power to wield Fantasia with certain items. They can't do magic on their own. They have to use a magical item of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except, yeah.
For the main character. And
Except for the main character, yeah.
Everything Johnny Boy said is great, correct. Radiant, I've heard things about Radiant. I just never watched it or read it. I was like, all right, I'm going to put it on. Usually how I like to do things, especially since I'm very busy, is I like to put on an anime, and if it has an English dub, I'll put it in English dub so I can multitask for the most part, or I could just do something else while I'm watching the anime to make things kind of go smoother. And I'm watching Radiant, and honestly, I've only gotten 18 episodes in, and it's better than Fairy Tail. It is better than Fairy Tail. Seth is better than Natsu. Like the story, the power system is all pretty interesting because everything is depending on having a magic conduit. And even if you have magic, doesn't necessarily mean you're strong because you could fight other characters who don't have magic, and they have things very similar to how One Piece has Sea Prism Stone. They have things called Black and White Silver to kind of combat Fantasia. And the Nemesis. There's a lot of things in Radiant that makes it interesting other than the magical world itself. With that, the different moral philosophies with what is good, what is evil, the essence of discrimination, and, you know, loss and all that stuff, and trying to be a good person even though everybody's against you. All that's in the first 18 episodes. So yeah, it's pretty damn good for something that's it doesn't even look like it's supposed to be like. It's like it looks like another cheery type series, but it gets pretty dark. It honestly does. A lot of death. Good number of death in the first couple episodes, I would say.
Yeah.
But
It's basically a darker version of Fairy Tail.
better version of Fairy Tale is what he meant to say. Better version of Fairy Tale.
No, I didn't mean to say that.
Um,
Better than Black Clover, I'll tell you that.
well, it's not, but it's better than Fairy Tale. Seth is better than Natsu. Melly's better than Lucy. So far, Melly's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Melly is better than.
And I just met Grimm, and already Grimm is better than every character
Oh my
in Fairy
gosh,
Tail.
Grimm is amazing. He's my favorite character so far.
Yeah, but Unknown and Axel, have you guys watched Radiant yet?
Definitely
No.
not.
Y'all sleep.
That's probably why we were pretty silent.
Is it a newer anime?
No, it's super old.
It's not really that old. It's.
Are you
hang
sure?
on.
The animation style looks pretty old. It reminds me of
Let me look it up.
2018.
It came out in 2018.
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Really?
Well, fun fact: I haven't been
Yeah,
able to watch any anime since moving to Japan. So
That's
Oh, 'cause
ironic.
You don't have that's because you don't have NordVPN not sponsored.
I do have
because
NordVPN.
That's not
Oh, then-
why. He's trying to find the English
Sorry.
subtitles.
That's irony. That is
That's
irony to the finest. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
in
rough.
Japan, but I can't watch anime.
Yeah,
That's funny, bro. That's kind of funny.
yeah, no, it's a rough life out here.
It definitely sounds like it. Well,
It's a hard enough life for
Uh,
us.
An anime I was kind of curious where you guys fall on. Not sure if you consider it magic. I think I would. Is Mob Psycho?
no.
No, I've been able to do all that.
Well,
No.
I was debating whether or not as well, but they literally say
They're
it's all because
psychics.
of psychic energy. It's
How,
not.
how is psychic different than magic?
Because
Because
you're
I
not
have-
psychic.
Because I've been doing it all for like many years. I've been able to
Because-
just completely lift cars with my mind.
Okay, let's think of it as like Professor Xavier versus Doctor Strange, kind of.
Bro, if you're not saying a magical spell when you're attacking, it's not magic.
Wow. Okay, so literally, I can think of several different times where there's just no incantation, but still a spell.
Nah,
No,
that wasn't a
There's
spell.
such things,
Nah.
such
that would
things
be-
as
oh,
cantrips. Just
I
saying,
guess,
cantrips.
Dragon Ball is magic then. Whenever Mr. Satan does dynamic kick.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
there's a reason why that kick is stronger than a normal kick, bro.
Yeah.
It has to be magic.
All right, I'm gonna swerve to Zatch Bell then.
I need to
Oh.
rewatch Zatch Bell and
A-
reread the
A
manga.
Heard of it.
classic 6 out of 10.
I actually had that.
Wait, is Zatch Bell's a 6 out of 10 for you?
What?
Damn.
It's not great.
Yeah.
It's just like Monster of the Week thing, but it's super fun to watch at the very least.
I'm so disappointed that it didn't have an ending.
I'm gonna
Yeah, well.
have you guys read the manga version?
Okay,
Definitely
the manga has an ending, but what I'm trying to say is the anime, it literally ends on a title sequence that just says something along the lines of it's like a whole paragraph, but I'm condensing it to. If you want to see what happens, go buy the manga.
I'm
Sorry.
pissed. I'm so
God.
pissed off. I'm so pissed off right now. I'm not watching
The
Zatch
very-
Bell.
It's the very last fight right after the thing happens.
Big spoiler.
it-
Okay.
Yeah, and then you're like, "What the fuck?" and flip the fucking keyboard and everything. Fucking, I got pissed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
it's-
watching Zatch Bell now.
No, it was
It's
worth
rough,
watch.
but,
I don't mind.
it's
Like,
neat.
I hate the ending that they did that, but it was definitely worth the watch.
Okay.
Like, if I had to choose to watch it again, I still would.
But yeah, like a real recommendation from the Inuyasha, solid magical world.
Yeah.
Those are bugs.
It's
Yeah.
if Seven Deadly Sins is magic, then so is Inuyasha.
As well, another one I
Fair,
had
fair.
is Hunter x Hunter.
No, no, I will not give you Hunter x Hunter. I will not do
Rubber
it.
And gun, pretty magical.
I will not do it.
It's magical, but it's
It has
not
the
magic.
Robert Young bubble gum.
Rubber and gum.
I
You can't do that.
refuse.
So right, that is magic.
Oh man.
Inuyasha. I tried to like not include isekai though. That's what I did try to do because there are so many
Yeah,
isekai
and-
that have magical worlds. Obviously.
True. If we can't include Isekai, that means we can't include Doctor Stone, Goblin Slayer.
Well, Goblin Slayer
Yeah.
is magical. To be. Well, Goblin Slayer is not an isekai. What?
No, it's not an isekai.
Yeah.
But they don't really go into the magic. It's just more like incantation, magic, done. It's
Yeah.
more of a it's definitely more focused on the dark aspects of goblins and some of the politics and the world building.
And some of the
less
R
the-
words too. A lot of the R words. A lot of the
Yes.
R words.
There's a lot of
Like
those.
Roblins.
Roblins. Oh jeez.
Goblinating.
But Inuyasha is a shout, honestly. All right. Well, speaking of Inuyasha, have you guys looked into the sequel series?
Not yet. I haven't seen it. I wanted to get quite a few
it
episodes.
hasn't started yet.
Well, I
I
mean,
haven't-
yeah, I haven't looked into it yet. The only thing I have, I'm going to watch it when it gets a few episodes out. But I am constantly seeing it trending on Twitter every like 2 weeks, and it's the same trend every 2 weeks. It is everyone saying, "Who the fuck
Who
did Sesshomaru fuck?"
Sesshomaru? Oh,
Best boy.
he fucked a little girl. Well, she's probably grown up now. She's probably grown up
Has,
now.
It
He
was
does-
either Lynn or
He
Mira,
doesn't
whatever.
age, bro. He doesn't age, and she does age.
Yeah. He's stuck at 19. Like, she's going to be the pedophile at some point. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So she's definitely the mother, if anything.
Oh man.
Which is, it's weird, but it's not weird at the same time, you know? Because, like, he doesn't
Yes.
age, so, like, she's eventually going to grow up old enough to be with him.
Yes, it's totally not weird to care
And that's
for
called
someone
grooming,
who takes
isn't it?
care.
Oh my
Yes,
god,
that's what I
bro,
was
that
gonna
is, oh my, what do they call it? What do they call it? Grooming? They-
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which is ironic because he's a dog.
That's true.
After he grooms her, she can groom him.
Hey, very true.
You know what? Some things are beautiful.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, Inuyasha, I never liked the relationship between Inuyasha and Kagome, personally.
Well, that's not the relationship you want. It's Sango and Moroku. That's where it's at.
That is the better
Kiki.
relationship.
No. The better relationship is between Kikyo and Kagome.
Oh, true.
I thought he was about to say Inuyasha, but yeah. Yeah.
As far as time traveling furry semi-incestuous relationships go, you know,
Is it really incest if it's with yourself?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I didn't realize this was a philosophy podcast.
All right. Well, anyway, let's move on to our another one. Johnny Boy.
Look, we gotta talk.
All right. I guess it's time to talk about Fairy Tail now.
The worst version of Radiant, yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, no, Radiant doesn't have the as much
Guys,
as likable
You
character.
don't have to
Thank you.
compare what's a 1 and what's a 2. They're both shit.
That is not endorsed by the Kickback Anime Discussion Podcast. We do not endorse that statement. We might agree a little bit, but we do not endorse it.
I don't agree, dude. Fairy Tail's great. What do you mean?
Nah, I don't hate Fairy Tail. I don't hate Fairy Tail.
I
Go.
love Fairy Tail. Now, I will admit that most of the reason why I love Fairy Tail so much is the nostalgia factor. It's literally the first anime I've ever watched. But I love Fairy Tail. It is very character driven. The plot isn't all there. Neither are really the power scaling
I think
or anything
I
like
think you added a word there. The plot just isn't there.
You said isn't all there.
Is
Yeah,
No.
that. Well, there's two types of plot. If you know what I'm saying.
Okay, you're
And-
right. You're right.
And both types of those plot have plot holes.
Okay, I don't want to know that.
I mean, at the end of the day, Fairy Tail has a huge fan base for a reason. You know, it's even got a sequel series that probably will get animated one of these days. So
Eden Zero.
no, I'm talking about 100 Years of Quest.
Oh.
Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. So it does have a sequel, and it's probably mainly due to like it's so flamboyant that people like it. Like it's not
Like
a
JoJo's flamboyant.
yeah, like JoJo's flamboyant. Like it's not complicated, but there's enough characters that you'll find someone you like. You know, there's dragons. People like dragons. It's a very simple series. Not inherently bad.
I like it.
The magic itself in Fairy Tail does bug me a little bit. Like some of the spells are really cool, and the idea of dragon slayers and demon slayers and god slayers, all those type of things. It's really really cool. I like that kind of stuff. I also I like the idea of like maker magic, where you can literally just make up your own spells as you go, or try to copy other people's spells in whatever element you specialize in. But yeah,
How do you feel about Dragon Slayer magic not really being that effective against dragons?
yeah, no, it's stupid.
That was really hilarious because what's the reason to learn Dragon Slayer magic? It says the stated reason. Oh, it's because it's the only magic that they can use to defeat dragons. Oh, okay. And its whole purpose is to defeat dragons. Oh,
And I
okay. Later to find out. Oh, it's not even really all that useful against them.
especially against a freaking guy who can eat all types of magic. I don't like Acnologia. I have a problem with Acnologia.
Yeah, hey, Fairy Tail. I recommend it if you're trying to get into that. If you're not a big like anime fan yet, and you want to watch something that's not too complicated, I recommend Fairy Tail. You feel me? I recommend Fairy Tail.
I recommend Death Parade.
Also, the music.
Death Parade is a little too much right off rip, I would say.
I disagree. I have shown so many people that aren't into anime Death Parade, and that's what are getting them into anime.
What is Death Parade about? I've heard of the name, but that's about all I know about it.
I think explaining its story is kind of spoilery.
It's that My Chemical Romance song, isn't it?
Yes.
But another magical anime, so we could talk about a better magical anime.
Oh my god!
It is Black Clover, of course. Black Clover. Tabata, who's the mangaka of Black Clover, he's doing such a great job with Black Clover. It's ridiculous. He took all the shonen aspirations and inspirations and made a pretty clean series. And when it comes to the magical world itself, it is pretty interesting, and the magic and how it's used. There's a lot of different unique magic types. Then the power system in Black Clover, honestly, might be the best power system when it comes to magical anime. I don't really know.
It's literally just character development equals power system.
All right.
You gain a skill, you gain a power, a new spell based on your own personal growth.
That's Sword Art
Which
Online.
is great. Well, hey, do not compare Black Clover to Sword Art Online. All right, let's relax.
They do the exact same thing in both Sword Art Online and Bofuri.
Bofuri is so good though.
I know Bofuri is amazing. Like it is terrible with like so much like who the hell would put this in a game? This is so overpowered. It's like, and it has so many conveniences and everything like that. But the show itself is just hilarious. It is amazing. I enjoyed it. I watched it with like 5 people, and we could not stop laughing.
Oh, the
I love-
count that series. Oh, okay. I think I've heard of that too. All right.
I didn't want to take damage, so I maxed out my defense or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I've heard of it. I've heard of it. But yeah, Black
It is
Clover. I recommend Black Clover. If you want to laugh, you can watch this Bofuri thing. But if you want to watch one of the best new age shonen, hands down, watch
Online.
Black Clover. Do not watch that filth that is Sword Art Online. Be-
I disagree. You shouldn't watch it. You should read it. I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
it's
specifically
not unwatchable, but it's.
I mean, you
not
can read
great.
it. There's a website called what's it called? In Hentai. You can just watch it all. You can read it.
that is an option. That is an option. Axel, you seen Black Clover or read it?
I've seen up until the end of the Elf arc.
Okay.
And I've edited a bunch of Animax videos for a bit further than that.
Okay, so you
So just basically like the episodes that would spoil me, he's making me edit basically.
Oh, great.
to be fair, I mean Black
Yeah.
Clover is popping off, and the story and what is going on right now in the manga is pretty insane for the story. It's inspired by Berserk, which
Wait, what?
yeah, there's a lot of you didn't know that there's a lot of like inspiration with Berserk and Black
I
Clover.
had no
Oh, yeah.
clue. Gonna be.
I mean, a lot of inspiration from Berserk went to Black Clover, but Berserk did get a lot of inspiration from a lot of other anime as well. Like the biggest one was Sword Art Online. Well,
I
like,
hate you.
they-
I hate you.
Black-
I hate this. I hate you.
Kirito is literally
No.
just a better version of Gus. Gus is just a
Hey.
Please don't
Announcement. We do not endorse the blasphemy that is spewing out of his mouth. We do not think Kirito is Black Swordsman quality. We actually think Kirito is pretty mid. So, Kickback anime discussions does
Mid
not
at best.
does not think Kirito is the better Black Swordsman. That is not what we do here. All
I
right.
don't know. Okay, how about we do a little bit of comparison? How many times has Kirito taken it up the ass?
wait. What?
That is true. And you know what? He's had offers.
Damn, bro. Why'd you have to do guts like that?
I mean, everyone does guts like that, doesn't he?
Oh my god, bro. Oh Jesus. Well, you know. Oh my god, bro. R.I.P. Guts. R.I.P. Guts. Rest. Oh goodness. All right, so that's going to be the clip moment that's going on Twitter. That's definitely the clip moment that's going on Twitter. That is definitely. Oh jeez. All right, let's talk about another magical anime. Unknown, you got one?
Oh, let me just catch my breath.
That was brutal.
Okay, so I don't know if we will include this as magical, but I'll see. Because there's only one spell that they ever used, and this is the only way you can have a yandere inside your harem.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What anime are you about to talk about?
The anime is called Love Tyrant, or Renai Buken for the Japanese title. The only thing that she has done is she has a death note, and inside this death
Wait,
note is
what?
actually called a kiss note. And when you write the name of two or more people inside of it, you become bound together, and no one can die. So,
what?
what's it called? The person who had the death note or the kiss note, they're kind of an idiot and misunderstood what he said. So he wrote him and another person's name down, and then it's like, oh, okay. And then she writes her name down, and then she starts writing a whole bunch of people's name down. So he gets into this giant love harem thing where none of them can die, but they have this like strong, overpowered yandere and another girl who is just a massive sadist that keeps trying to kill everyone. So you have two people inside the harem that keeps trying to kill everyone, and they're like throwing swords and chopping each other's heads off and whatnot.
Oh my
And then-
god, bro! What? I never knew that there was a parody of Death Note out there, bro. Jesus.
I need to
And-
watch this anime. Sounds amazing.
And he wanted to have a normal relationship with her and everything, just to find out she was a yandere, and it is just really funny. And then a lot inside his harem. It's funny because his harem is either yanderes or people that just flat out don't care or know his existence, and then the other was people that just flat out hate him. Not even tsundere, like they just flat out hate him.
This sounds like a
Wow.
funny series.
It is amazing. I loved it. I'm disappointed that it has so low of a rating on Mal. And I'm like, just the idea of this is so funny. I could not stop watching.
Fair enough.
Alright,
Fair enough.
I know this
Oh.
isn't a competition, but I am about to win it with this one.
Okay. All right.
uh,
Let's hear it.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh,
Technically, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know,
What do you
It
mean
is.
technically? The whole thing's magic.
Yeah,
like
true.
going into the shadow realm is definitely science.
Shit, you got-
There you go. The best magical series out there. All right. Hey, just in case.
And the best.
And well, no, that's Digimon. So,
Shit, you right. My bad.
but just in case the audience doesn't know what Yu-Gi-Oh is, you want to explain?
Well,
Who
you
doesn't
see,
know what Yu-Gi-Oh is at this point?
3,000 years ago in ancient Egypt,
Oh
there was
my
an-
gosh.
a big evil named Zork, who was imprisoned in the Millennium Ring by the Pharaoh. And in the present day, a young boy who is kind of the worst, makes a Millennium puzzle and he's sharing a body with an ancient pharaoh and trying to save the world from Zork's return.
Do we
Sounds,
ever know if Taya gets with Yugi? Is that confirmed?
I don't know because
I mean, the
What
pharaoh
the-
leaves the body; she wouldn't want to be with him.
Yeah, that's a rip. Jeez.
yeah, that's
The
Yo,
Green Man
hey,
disappeared.
hey, Taya, I thought we had something. I was like, nah, I like the other you better.
I mean, he's
Wow.
like a whole bunch taller. No one.
I don't date below 6 feet. Sorry.
It's like Yugi walks up 5 foot. I don't date below 6 feet. Boom, change. 6'5". What up?
What up? Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's a really it's definitely magic. Like it's unless Kaiba turns it into science in the future though.
He actually does.
Only the first season I would say is magic. Have you seen the manga for that though?
No.
I wouldn't say the
Surprisingly
first-
brutal.
I wouldn't say the first season is magic. I would say it started off as magic, and a lot of people made it into not magic, but the magic parts are still in there based off of how they get sent to the shadow realm all the time. Which actually,
like,
in
any
the
use of-
original sub, they're almost never getting sent to the shadow realm.
Yeah, they're getting killed.
Yeah, they're almost always getting killed. So the
Wow.
dub
No, but
is what
Any
changed.
use of the Millennium
Interesting.
items is magic. And
Yeah.
like every arc revolves
Well, not
around them.
as well as not all the ones were actually getting killed. Like the Saw Blade episode with the magical girl, or with Dark Magician Girl comes out. Yeah, that one. No one was going to die. They were just going to get their legs chopped off.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Well, speaking of magical girls, my next magical series is the best magical girl anime I've ever seen, and actually the only magical girl anime I've ever seen, Madoka
Remember you
Magica. Oh no, Madoka Magica. Talk about a plot twist. Like, we
What
talked.
kind of plot?
Oh, I remember now. This is not true. Have you seen Kill la Kill? That's a magical girl anime. It literally meets every qualification to be a magical girl anime.
Well, the girls aren't magic; their clothes are. What Madoka Magica? It's really
That's not true, actually. You find out at the end.
Yeah,
some
that's
of the...
not true.
I've never watched to the end, so I don't know.
Okay.
Wow.
But it's really dark. It's a really good series. Even if you're not a fan of the magical girl genre, Madoka Magica is for all ages because it's so deep when it comes to its story and its plot. And the action is more of like surviving. Like, there's not really fighting, it's just surviving the entire series. So, a lot of different elements in Madoka Magica. Obviously, it's magic, it's in the name. But yeah, really good series. Really good.
Plus, the cat is so cute, right?
Yeah, it's great little cat.
It's literally Ninetales.
Really, for real.
I mean, it's literally the fox that's trapped inside Naruto. How can you get more epic than that?
True. Oh, you could be the hollow that's trapped inside Ichigo.
I am Zangetsu. I love that line. That line was so amazing.
Yeah, it was voiced really well.
Oh yeah,
Johnny Boy, you got another one? Better wrap it up with the
yeah.
last
I hope
picks.
Johnny does. Johnny Young
Oh
Bob.
boy. I do have one final one. It is the only magical girl anime that I have seen as well, and it's unusual to say the least.
If you
Not
say
unusual.
Sailor Moon, I am canceling you.
I have not seen Sailor Moon, not once,
All right.
but I have seen an anime called Comfer. I don't know if any of you have seen Comfer.
Okay, I'm already suspect of the name, bro. I'm already suspect of the Comfort. Okay.
Comfer,
Yeah, it's
actually
maximum comp. If you want to just relax and whatnot, it's just like what's it called? That one show with the camping anime, Eurocamp. Yeah, it's just as comfy as that, right?
How do I spell this? Oh my goodness! I typed in.
Okay, so
Okay, how do I spell the Comfort name?
Comfer, it's actually German, technically. The name of
I
it.
definitely knew that.
Just do Kampfer.
Oh my god! Kamp.
It should show up. Basically, it's a it's you got this this and it's the main character is actually a guy who ends up being chosen to help out these girls in this war, and it's like it's a red versus blue war where you fight magical girl against magical girl in this cosmic battle.
Is one of them named Church and the other's named Tucker and Sarge?
The best series of all time.
Truly the best anime of all time. But the biggest twist is the main character has to, in order to be a comfer, you have to be a girl. So
wait,
it's a
he
gender
turns
bender
into, wait,
anime.
what?
He turns into a girl.
Why?
And he's a magical girl. I don't
Why
know.
would you want to
It's
do
fan
that?
service.
Why would you
He
want to do that?
He didn't choose to do it. It just a walking, talking teddy bear shows up and was like, "Hey, you're a comfer now."
That reminds me of that other anime that does the same thing, but it's like a whole bunch of like bodybuilder guys that get forced into, like, this giant group gets forced into being magical girls.
Bruh. Anytime you come across a strange creature in the street, do not talk to it. It'll try to convince you to be a magical girl. Do not talk
Hey,
to
For
it.
can I
real
do it?
though.
Well, I mean, an unknown could talk to it and try to be a magical girl.
I
I'm
mean,
already a girl. I just need to be magical.
Now, on the topic of fan service, we have High School DxD.
Ooh, I forgot
Pretty-
about that.
I mean,
Pretty magical show.
I
Pretty
was about to say,
mid
yeah.
show.
Yeah,
the
it
fan
is.
service is pretty magical.
Very true. Very true.
Ah,
I mean, I've never
high school
watched it.
DxD figure.
You can't
it's
tell
It's
me
got,
those.
it's got something for everyone, you know?
Is
Yeah,
that,
I
is
mean,
that,
like
A
literally.
little bit of demons, a little bit of
I
What
still
else is
love
in there?
the calculations that people did just to find out how fast those breasts were moving, because one moved down and the other moved up, and the bullet traveled
That's
in
cool.
between them.
Wait,
Oh,
that's
that scene. You see that
Yeah,
scene
that's from-
everywhere.
Yeah, but
That's
I
High
just
School of the Dead. This is High School DxD.
Oh, I thought you said High School of the Dead. Oh shit.
Nah.
High School DxD. Okay, now it's an actual magical.
Oh, jeez. Axel,
No, I've seen that as well.
is that your true last pick? Axel DX.
Of course. What else could it be?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What else could it be?
I'd be okay with his power.
Unknown. What is your last magical anime?
My last one. Well, let me go through the list. Either, you know what? I have to pick between these three, so I'm going to pick. There's this anime. I want y'all to start trying to guess. So what you do inside there, you're just
Sword
trying to
Art
win.
Online.
Yeah, damn it. Just joking. No, that's not it. But you're battling against people that, well, people in air quotes, that can go beyond the human limits, almost stop time and predict anything in that era of time. There's some that can just create illusions and everything. But the most overpowered thing you can do is think and have a smartphone.
Whoa. Wait. Is that smartphone isekai? Wait. Oh, it's not?
Oh, Future Diary.
No. It's a
Uh,
little anime that I
have
like to
zero
call
clue.
No Game, No Life.
Oh
What?
my
What?
god.
What?
Jeez.
What does the cell phone have to do? I don't even remember what.
Episode 1 and 2, they literally used the cell phone to figure out that there was illusion magic being casted, and that's how they got around not being able to know stuff, is by they were looking through the cell phone.
Huh.
No Game, No Life is also mid. It has brother, sister, weird stuff going on. Do not recommend.
No Game, No Life is literally one of the best anime. It's literally
Honestly,
number 2.
it is.
It sounds mid to me.
Are you kidding me? You need to.
Hey, the brother
You say
sister
I have
stuff.
bad.
The brother
They're
sister
not
stuff.
related.
They're
Whoa, wait. Are they? You said
and
they're
it's not
related?
as creepy. It's not as creepy as people make it sound either. It's
literally just a
legitimately.
couple things. And even then, it's what's it called? Her being insecure about not looking sexy because she's young and still developing, and then he's kind of just like trying to get her to stop. It's not even as creepy.
And
as
if
people
you've
are.
seen
Sounds
the
pretty
movie,
creepy, we'll
it's
see.
like if you've seen the movie, they're reincarnations of people who used to be in love. So
Yeah.
That sounds even creepier. You guys are
Wait,
not
whoa,
selling me.
okay.
You're not selling me at all. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing a lot of brother sister sexual stuff and
They're not
former lover
related.
stuff. I thought they're brothers and sisters.
They're not. They only call each other brother and sister because they've what's it called? Been with each other for so long that they say they're brother and sister.
If that is the case, then. But they says siblings Sora and Shiro. That's what it says in the description.
They
Well,
just
it's
call each
wrong.
other. It literally is wrong. You don't find it out until later on in the series that they're not actually blood related.
Oh no!
Oh, wait.
I
It could
don't
be
know.
It could be seen as siblings just because of their parents. So yes, they're non-blood related.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from the series. Just like I'm gonna stay away from Monogatari. Let's stay away from both those series.
Your
What?
loss. It's amazing.
Okay.
Hey, I'll watch
Whatever.
other series.
If
Okay.
you can't
Forza.
get past like 5 minutes out of what's it called? Out of many hours, I mean, that's on you, I guess.
this man literally watches
It is-
Black Clover. Have you seen fucking Goshen Marie?
Yeah, I know, right? Just that reminds me of that one
Well,
video I
Ghost-
saw. I don't even remember
Ghost
who
doesn't
it was.
have that. Ghost doesn't have that type of feelings. Plus, if you're caught up with the manga,
Literally bleeding nose every time
he also
Literally
his nose
bleeding
also
nose
bleeded
is
for
totally
Asta.
at
He also
picture
had a
of his
bleeding nose
sister.
for Asta too. So it's like
he
he
got
does
punched
it.
in the face from Asta.
He does
Yeah,
it
he
for
got-
he does it for anybody he cares deeply about when it comes down to it. But Ghosh also has a brewing relationship with Gray that's going on with the manga, so that's not an issue. That's why I'm okay with it.
I mean, that was pretty much said in the anime. Or when
Yeah, the incest
Oh, I
isn't
guess
bad
I am
if you
thinking
move
of the
past
manga.
it, you know?
Yeah.
There was never incest though.
As long as you ignore all the bad parts, it's a great show.
As long as you ignore all of that. That is a statement right there.
Undertale is great once you ignore all the bad parts.
Bro, I should clip that
Wait,
too.
that's legitimately my.
I should clip both of those statements. Unknown with the great quotes of today. Oh jeez. All right, my
The
last
worst part is
series
it's
before we wrap it
accurate.
up. My last series before we wrap it up is Fate Zero. Fate
Love
Zero.
it.
Yes.
is fantastic. I love Fate Zero. I don't really like Saber, but other than that, I love
Blasphemy.
Gilgamesh. I love Ryder. I love
Oh my gosh, Ryder's awesome.
like all that. Saber, I just don't like the concept of Saber's character. Like it's King Arthur.
It's a woman.
No, I mean I would be okay if it was Joan of Arc. Like if it was Joan of Arc, that was Saber, that would be canon. That'd be interesting. But King Arthur is King Arthur, so you kind of just change the person. I just don't like the change. But if
I mean, I like the difference that it made on the stories. Like
I
the character
would have been
and the
fine with
motivation.
it, but I watched Fate Stay Night and King Arthur tried to get it on with a Japanese teenager, and I wasn't okay with that. It was just weird to me. I was like, why would King Arthur want to get it on with a Japanese teenager? Just like, what?
Because like, wait, do you
They're
not know
hot.
history and how almost everyone back then was gunning and getting married to like 8 to 13-year-olds?
But like
Yep.
I said, this is
That's accurate.
that is accurate. But again, this is just a different situation, and it just didn't make sense.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it though?
I mean,
I don't know if it is different.
You think, all right, so we think the actual King Arthur would come to Japan and get with a Japanese teenage guy? Like,
Yes.
I don't think so, but
Okay, maybe not a teenage guy.
You know,
but-
I have a history degree. I can say he would.
all
Would I
right.
be right? Probably not, but I'll throw it out there.
I'll throw it out there, but hey, it doesn't matter. I'm not a
Hold
big
on,
fan
let
of
me
the
contact
concept.
my friend. He's a history professor.
At the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of the concept of Saber's character. The character itself is pretty good, but not the concept. I'm not a fan
Well, I
of
mean,
it.
the concept of Saber is that the reason she thinks she's not fit to be a leader is because, well, for one, she doesn't think she did what was best for all of her people because it ended out in death and failure due to Mordred and everything. But she also thinks she never should have picked up the sword and anything like that because, for one, she's a woman and everything like that. But what's it called? She felt that she should have let someone else do it because the fact that she constantly had to hide her identity and hide everything to be a leader was the detriment that made Mordred go and kill her and everyone because of she couldn't be there for Mordred and couldn't raise Mordred or do any
Feel
special
spoilers?
treatment because then they would find out that Saber was a female and gave birth. Well, she didn't give birth. More LaFay, and I'm trying to remember who
Morgan
it
Le
was.
Fay?
I think that was who it was. Is the one that did, but yeah.
When
it was just a whole-
when it comes down
I-
to it, my biggest thing is King Arthur getting it on with a Japanese teenager that's in just some Japanese teenager.
I mean, to be
I just
fair,
thought it was
Merlin
weird.
did give her a dick temporarily.
But overall, Saber and Fate Zero, I had no problems with, obviously, because she was just a normal character doing her own thing. But Fate Zero is a great series, and Kiritsugu, very conflicting protagonist. It was a pretty interesting prequel to like the series that technically comes before it. So I think for the most part, the ending is kind of not a happy ending too. And my biggest thing, R.I.P. Kiritsugu's daughter. That
All
was
right.
kind of sad.
So I have to ask you the ultimate question.
Spoilers.
Yeah, for real, man.
Was that really that crazy? I just said he has a daughter. You know?
You also said R.I.P.
Hey, we don't have to reiterate things that happened in the past. You feel me?
But
Tell
that
that
is
to literally everyone on Twitter.
True. Oh, what was your question?
So I have to ask you the big question.
Yeah.
So, what is the Fate series watching order?
Oh no.
All right.
This is not quite as bad as
watch- Do it
Monogatari.
Oh, this is the
Yeah.
this is the order right now. This is order right now.
All 25 series.
Damn it! I was just gonna say watch Phase Zero and drop the series, but okay, never mind.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know all 25 of the series by any. I know Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works. I know there's Fate Iliad. I know Fate Heaven's Feel. I think there's like 3 movies, and then there's like Fate Grand Order. But I think that's the limit of my knowledge.
Hey man, I think that's a pretty grand
All-
order.
all the Unlimited Blade Works. There's
I laughed.
Fate. There's Fate Prototype. There's also I forget what the name of the new Fate that just came out last season or something.
Apocrypha?
Let's see. No, Apocrypha was.
Oh yeah, Fate
Is-
Apocrypha. That's another one too.
Yeah, I said that just a bit ago. The
Oh,
one with
that's-
Beth Mordred.
Damn Mordred. Well, there's the Fate video game one. Is that the Grand Order one, or is that?
Actually,
Yeah.
I think I've seen the Mordred one on that website that Unknown was talking about earlier.
I'm sure a lot of people have.
I'm
What
sure.
the-
There's
Yeah.
a lot of
If-
Saber
If you-
that I've
if you
seen in
think
that
Fate
website.
If you think there's a lot of Fate series, just type in how many doujinshis it has. It's over. It's somewhere around like 25,000.
Yeah, I can imagine the Fate series has like. I mean, with all I said about Saber, it's still a very attractive anime character. I mean, let's be honest. But
It's so attractive they had to do it 11 times.
exactly, like it's legit the same character model 11 times. Jesus. Oh man. But yeah.
What's it called? If I remember right, it was the first character model that went so viral. It created the term called saber face, and what that is there was the original saber, King Arthur,
Yeah.
and then they made a new saber that looked similar to her just because of how popular that model was. And then every single iteration of it became super popular. And so they made a whole bunch of sabers that looked like saber from King Arthur. And that's what was deemed as saber face. And then a lot of people kept trying to copy and reiterate that. And
Oh.
it's literally a whole genre called saber face.
See, this is why this makes sense now, because in the top 20 anime characters of the century, Saber was number 9, and I was like, why? She's not even the best character in her own series, but now it makes sense that she was number 9. Okay.
Yeah, because she literally started an entire genre.
Wow.
Jesus, bro. Saber face. People love this blonde girl who can speak nobly with blue eyes, And she can wield a sword.
Blonde girls with blue eyes, pretty good.
That it is. All right,
On Twitch.
any final thoughts? Any final thoughts about the magical world anime we've been talking about?
Radiant's better than Black Clover, but not better than Fairy Tail.
That is blasphemy. Radiant. hey, Radiant, I like you. You're pretty good so far. You're 18 episodes in, you're already better than the entirety of Fairy Tail. That's pretty impressive. But
all right,
you're not better than Black Clover.
So I wanted to ask, Medeka Box, is it magic?
Oh, no.
I haven't seen that.
Medeka Box? It's really good. I actually really like
Oh,
it.
I love it. It's within my top 10 as well.
I need to
Really?
read the
Hmm.
I'm gonna reread the manga because it kind of there's a lot of things that apparently change. So I watched season 1 and I watched season 2. The only reason why I watched Medica Box is because of the character that's super OP, and he didn't show up until the last
I
episode of season
too.
2, and I
Oh,
was
he does make some small appearances, but yeah.
yeah, I noticed. I was like, when is he
I
gonna
think it's
show up?
total of 5 times throughout the series.
Like that was such a because every time you see Medica Box, you see his face, but he's only in one episode, realistically.
Like he's only truly in one episode. He's in 2. He's in like I'm not going to spoil how much when, but he's in there for a good like 2 minutes, and then he's
Yeah,
in there for a good entire time, and then he like comes up every once in a while.
I heard. I definitely recommend Medica Box if you like. It's a not too complicated series. It's a fun series for the most part. It's a fun series.
I can describe it. It's literally a capitalist just beating the shit and the entitlement out of socialists.
Yo, Medica. All right, she's something else. She's something else. But that's all we got for today of Kickback Anime Discussions. Appreciate Unknown Axel for y'all showing up for talking magical anime today. This is a good discussion.
Thanks for
Oh, but yeah, sounds appreciate you. I know Axel had to wake up. Actually, Axel didn't go to sleep, and it's 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. now, probably. So it's like
watch my video tomorrow morning, please.
wa-
I will.
watch
Our
Axel's
tomorrow
video.
or your tomorrow?
True.
Your tomorrow.
Our
I'll be up in,
tomorrow.
like 4 hours.
Hey. But I appreciate Unknown, appreciate Axel. As always, my boy Johnny Boy's here. This was a lot of fun. And yeah, more than likely we're gonna post to Twitter. We're gonna start posting moments on Twitter just because it's funny if it's really funny. And Unknown said 2 really funny things today, so that's definitely going on Twitter. I'm gonna have to clip it and put it on Twitter later on.
All right.
But yeah, this has been Kickback Anime Discussions. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.